Hi Capricorn, welcome to my channel. I'm glad to be back. Thank you for everybody who's reached out. Had a wonderful time at home. Now I'm back trying to get caught up. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this real quick. If this doesn't resonate with you, please be sure and check your moon and rising sign. And then you can also check your Venus sign and the other person's Mars sign. And you can check out the box below for any additional information. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. So the first card that I pulled up for you is the Three of Swords. And I feel like there has been, for a lot of you, there has been a significant hurt, either caused by you or received by you. It feels like a betrayal or a betray of trust in some sort of way. It's something that is almost like a confirmation. Perhaps some of you do end up or have recently found out about a third-party situation. It could also be an extreme letdown, though. It could be something that was built up, perhaps in your mind, maybe financially or maybe to do with work. It could have been built up a whole bunch and then it was a huge letdown, perhaps. And that could have caused an extreme disappointment. It feels like a betrayal, but it's kind of like it's a betrayal of the way things were supposed to go, I feel like. And then directly next to that, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This particular deck, especially, the Queen of Pentacles is definitely the ruler of, like, finer things. She is definitely like a ladyship type of an energy. So it's somebody who expects the best. Almost as if it doesn't dawn on them that anything less than that even exists. Like, that's just the way that it is. And so, for some of you, it could be that there is an intense pressure, perhaps, to perform financially. Or it could be, too, that you're dealing with another earth sign, and it's like, it could be that you're dealing with an earth sign, and it's like there was a betrayal of what was significant, like what formed that foundation of stability between the two of you. There might have been a betrayal of that. Because directly next to this Queen of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Wands. A lot of you may have fire in your chart too. I know that Capricorn is a lot of the time accompanied by heavy fire in the chart. But this Knight of Wands energy is that energy of like acting first and thinking later. It's getting forgiveness rather than getting permission. It's taking action, and it's kind of flighty. It's kind of like you can't really depend on him. Like when he shows up, he's great. He's a good time, but then he takes off and you can't really depend on the guy. So it is an energy of unpredictable. It's like an unpredictable energy or a fast moving energy. Kind of you don't know which way you're going to go. Surprise yourself type of an energy, but it's passionate, so it's got action behind it. Again, some of you may be dealing with a fire sign, but I feel like this is more you. It could be, too, that something kind of breaks loose in you after this heartbreak or this extreme disappointment, too. For some of you, it's kind of like letting loose a little bit and letting the freedom, the fun part of the freedom be part of your experience, maybe. And then directly under this Three of Swords, we have the Six of Pentacles. So that's that energy of give and take, like the symbiote, you know, like the reciprocity of the relationship. It was both of you could give and take because there was an offering that was like of equal value to the other party maybe. So it's feeling like that was destroyed, or perhaps there was an extreme imbalance of this, or it could be that there was like the heartbreak came from I invested so much and that person walked away so easily perhaps, or seems confused easily perhaps. Because directly under this Queen of Pentacles here, we have the Two of Swords. So somebody's thinking about two different options and two different directions to go. You may be dealing with an air sign, but I feel like the dominant signs here are fire signs and earth signs. But there is an intellectual decision being made. It hasn't been made yet. but this individual is in between, and the intuition is on. So it's kind of like there's guidance behind what decisions have to be made. But I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles directly above it, it is influenced also by finances, perhaps, because the next card that we have is you. The Devil pops up in this decision that's being made. So really it's like you are in control of the situation, to be honest. Perhaps without even knowing it, because this Knight of Wands energy is right above this Devil. And again, the Devil is representative of our vices, and the Knight of Wands is kind of that living dangerously or living recklessly a little bit energy. So there could be some there could be somebody dabbling in a whole lot of freedom, wanting to do whatever it is that they want to do during this time, perhaps. It's kind of like magnifying the bad qualities of the Devil, I feel like, with that fire energy on top of it. But let's see. We'll go through and clarify, because we'll see what pops up. Please clarify this Three of Swords here for Capricorn for love for November 6th through the 30th, 2017. What is this Three of Swords about here for Capricorn for love? Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. What is this Three of Swords about here for Capricorn for love for November 6th through the 30th, 2017? What is this Three of Swords about? Oh, that doesn't want to come. Please clarify this Three of Swords. Okay. Okay, so on top of this Three of Swords, we have the Four of Swords, which is a card of like a forced rest. It could be an injury. It's a sudden stop kind of to the momentum that had been going on. It's forcing yourself to take a rest before there is this like breakdown here. And I feel like with this Four of Swords on top of the Three of Swords, it's like the heartache or the heartbreak or the disappointment has happened, and now I'm taking a break from it. I'm trying to distance from it. I'm trying to kind of block it out of my mind so it's not something I'm thinking about all the time. I'm trying to create some space between it so I can rest, because I have no other option but to do that. I feel like for a lot of you, there is that kind of a feeling. So it's a conscious choice to kind of remove certain things, or perhaps even appear to ignore certain things that you're not necessarily ignoring, but you're choosing not to acknowledge, perhaps, because there's some healing that I feel like you are being forced to do, or somebody, you or the other person, perhaps. Please clarify this Queen of Pentacles here for Capricorn for love for November 6th through the 30th, 2017. What is this Queen of Pentacles about here? Because the Queen of Pentacles, she can represent the finer things, but she also represents somebody who is very nurturing and in tune with nature. And she's somebody that you could build a home with. So there is a very solid energy there, like a stable figure there. Perhaps wanting to create a home with someone, or recognizing that you could create a home with someone. Please clarify this Queen of Pentacles here for Capricorn for love November 6th through the 30th, 2017. Perhaps some of you have kind of a duality, like you're not sure if you're ready to settle down, but you recognize that if you were ready to settle down, there's somebody in the picture that maybe would be the person to settle down with, perhaps. I don't know if that makes sense, but please clarify this Queen of Pentacles here for Capricorn for love. November 6th through the 30th, 2017. What is this Queen of Pentacles about here? Okay, so on top of the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Swords. So there's something blocking or preventing coming together with this energy. So again, if you're in a conflict of like maybe I should be ready to move forward, but I'm not sure if I am type of an energy. It's like this 8 of Swords energy. This is a blockage that we create for ourselves. She's not really bound to the point that she can't get away from these swords that are surrounding her. And she's not really truly in imminent danger. It just seems that way. It just seems very extreme because she can't see the way out. But there is a way out. It just is a matter of, you know, calming down a little bit. So it could be that there's something that's blocking you from being able to fully grasp and accept that energy of, yes, I'm ready to move a relationship forward. Or that could be the other person. There could be something there that's their own personal blockage that doesn't have to do with you. That it is something that is just something they have to work through, I feel like. Because I feel like it's self-imposed there. Please clarify this Knight of Wands here. For love for Capricorn for November 6th through the 30th, 2017. What is this Knight of Wands about here? Please clarify this Knight of... Okay, that came right out there. On top of the Knight of Wands, we have the Moon. So that combination definitely talks to me about some sort of deception or unknown situations. There's hidden information. There's hidden knowledge. I feel like it has to do with this 3 of Swords. So I feel like, again, there was some deception or betrayal of some sort. The Moon is also representative of somebody's intuition being on. And this Knight of Wands, like I said, is it's sporadic energy. It's very fast moving and can seem reckless. But if it's guided by intuition, it can be a very powerful combination as well because it goes where it's needed. So I really feel like some of you may be in a situation where it's like avoidance of whoever deceived you or had tricked you or kept you in the dark. It's almost like this game of cat and mouse for some reason coming through to me. I don't know who that's for, but that's something where there has been some hidden information or deception, perhaps, that's created an unstable dynamic, and it's almost like a cat and mouse game. Please clarify this 6 of Pentacles here for Capricorn for love for November 6th through the 30th, 2017. Woo, goodness sakes. Okay, so the one that pops out here is the 3 of Swords, again on the 6 of Pentacles, which is the card that is directly above it as well. So again, it's that heartache, heartbreak because of an imbalance that was in this relationship. Like, I feel like there was one party who was the giver and one party who was the taker, and that's always how it was. Or there had been a period of time where there was reciprocity in the relationship and where one party would give, the other party would give, one party would receive, the other party would receive. That was kept, you know, somewhat equal, but I feel like there was an extreme imbalance that happened, or somebody poured in a lot more and was hurt or betrayed because of this perhaps deception over here. And so it's that energy of somebody who is forced to step away from a situation because it just hurts too much. Like, I just can't do it. Please clarify this 2 of Swords here for love for Capricorn. And for those of you, it could be too that for some of you there's a third party situation going on where that comes to an end perhaps, or it is revealed perhaps, and somebody ends up getting extremely hurt, where everybody is hurt but somebody is cut out. You know, it's like 3 becomes 2, where this 2 of Swords is here too. That could be somebody being cut off and cut out, and that would cause a lot of pain too for somebody. Please clarify this 2 of Swords here for love for Capricorn for November 6th through the 30th, 2017. Whoa, goodness sakes. Please clarify this 2 of Swords here for Capricorn for love for November 6th through the 30th, 2017. On top of the 2 of Swords, we have the 8 of Wands. So it's like this conscious decision is being made, and it's like once that decision is made, perhaps there's somebody being cut out. It's a conscious choice, though, that's happening to either move something forward or cut something out completely. And once it happens very, very rapidly, very quickly. Things change very quickly. This 8 of Wands could even be somebody making a decision to up and move. Like away or travel. It's like, I need to get away, I need to go, but it's also very, very fast moving. So it's like, once I make this decision, that's it. I'm doing it. It's going to be extreme and it's done. It's like that kind of an energy. So I feel like, again, with this, you have this 8 of Swords up here with this Queen of Pentacles, and then down here you have this 2 of Swords with this 8 of Wands. These two 8s here are kind of this, it's kind of this like accelerated energy. Things are starting to get to a place where something has to happen. And so it's like, once this decision is made, it happens very rapidly. Please clarify this Devil card here for Capricorn, for love, for November 6th through the 30th, 2017. Please clarify this Devil card here. It could be, too, that somebody is extremely, like, self-conscious or depressed because they're not able to give this give and take in a relationship. Could be that somebody has been, like, forced out of work, maybe, or displaced from work, and it's heavily affected the relationship because they feel like they can't offer anything or give anything, perhaps. And I feel like that could be part of what's going on here, is somebody's trying to figure out how they can get back into a financially successful mindset, and it's almost like there's a lot of intense pressure that's being put on the relationship that's causing a lot of damage. But it could even require that a move happen or a huge leap, like it's like a whole new enterprise, maybe even online or something like that, but it's a whole different way of doing things, and it happens very, very rapidly, which is hopeful to bring like an increase in income. Like, that's the idea behind it. And it seems like it'd be very successful, but it kind of takes over, perhaps, where this Devil comes in. Like, it starts to get out of hand, maybe, perhaps. Or it could have to do with, again, somebody's making a very difficult decision and is at a point where they really have to determine what it is that they need in their lives. Like, which party, perhaps, they need. Please clarify this Devil card here for love, for Capricorn, for November 6th through the 30th, 2017. What is this Devil card about here? Please clarify this Devil card here for love, for Capricorn, for November 6th through the 30th, 2017. What is this Devil card about here? On top of this Devil card, we have the 2 of Pentacles. So this comes in as a couple different ways. Again, this is, I know, a notorious juggling card. Like, a lot of people think this has to do with the third-party situation. Indeed, it may. There are 2 3s of Swords in here, so I'm not going to pretend like that's not what could be going on for some of you. But this card can also come in as, like, a sudden windfall of finances, and it could be, like, the requirement is to juggle that tendency for, especially for Capricorn, to become solely focused on the income increase, that it starts to take over your life and there's no balance between work and life, perhaps. Or it could be this all-consuming energy that starts to come in. It could also be literally, again, juggling between 2 parties or trying to juggle work and relationship. But I feel like there has been a lot of hurt recently. And it's mutual hurt. It's not just one party's hurt. There's this mutual disappointment, I feel like, going on. But there may be some unknown factors or unknown indications that need to kind of go through a healing process for some of you. I think the warning down here, though, at the very end is that it really is up to you to maintain the balance with this 2 of Pentacles on top of that Capricorn, because you have a very anchoring energy. This Devil card, as representative as you, is a very anchoring type of energy where you really are able to take control of the situation in a way that other people will follow. I just feel like there could be some warning there and not allowing something to take over. Like, for some of you, there may be success that is right around the corner and it may begin to take over. And I feel like that's kind of the indication, is to remember what is important in the long run. So let me know what's going on with you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will speak with you soon.